What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Bay, a beat messenger, and I'm rocking with Chicago 77.3.
We lit live. This is WBBC Chicago. Yeah. 77.3. Your hottest digital station.
Now in digital HD sound.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
We lit live. This is WBBC Chicago. Yeah. 77.3. Your hottest digital station.
Now in digital HD sound.
What's going on, people? How you guys doing? DJ Malone here, Chicago 77.3, the best place to be at on any day, really. How you guys doing out there? I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and you know what, Houston, I'm getting kind of scared because it's cool right now, but sooner or later you're gonna slap me in the face with the heat, and I'm not playing with you guys this year. Look here. If you want me to DJ at your event, you're going to pay me, especially if it's outside event, you're paying me at least $150 more off top. No, I'm not sweating out for you. My computer's not going out for you. None of that is happening here. So with all that being said, man, I met this person, and she just, this right before she came, and she reminded me of somebody that I went to school with, and she brought me back home to that same feeling when I went to Columbia, and somebody who's on the mission, on the rise, and somebody who is really dope and artist. I think you really want to get in tune with, man. So let's go ahead and bring you in real quick. Go introduce yourself.
Thank you so much. Hey, everybody. It's your girl, Bay, a beat messenger. Executive producer and music business consultant from Symphony Music Group.
Hey, man. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much. And you ain't lying about this heat, honey.
Yeah. It definitely Houston definitely got some heat for you, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So let's go ahead into a time machine real quick. How did this all start for you? Where did your love for music start for you?
My love for music started from a very traumatic childhood, if I'm being honest. Lots of crazy stuff going on. I was raised by, a mom who wasn't emotionally available because she had other things she had to focus on.
Yeah.
And so, music was just basically what raised me and where I was able to find safety.
Okay. When growing up, what did you listen to as far as like music-wise?
Oh, my goodness. I love R&B.
Okay.
Seriously. I mean, from the 50s on the way up.
Okay.
I listened to and studied a lot of like Angela Winbush, Smokey Robinson, Babyface for sure.
Wow.
And that definitely, progressed as I followed people that, were influenced by them, like Neo and The Dream and T-Pain. Yeah.
So you're seeing the evolution of music happening in front of your eyes and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. When I was, younger, now what it would be considered is like project management. I would find myself doing that as a kid, with other acts and stuff like that. And, I was also a poet. So I got into songwriting, and I didn't have a lot of creative control when I was a teenager. I would, sing songs and stuff like that with rappers like hooks and bridges and stuff like that. But basically what they told me to do, and so, that's really where it started. It started with me having a love for music as a consumer and, just wanting to be a part of it. You know?
What was that one song you said, yeah, this is it for me?
As far as what I wrote or someone else?
Somebody else.
This is it for me,
meaning like, I love music. There's no doubt about that.
Okay, this might be a little corny, but seriously, I would say Luther Vandross, Superstar.
Okay. That's a powerful record, though.
Absolutely. And I mean, like, the whole 11 minutes.
Yeah.
With the instruments, the vibe, and everything, and how he was able just to control his sound and bring feeling to the song. He made the song alive.
Yeah.
And I just always respected that.
Hey, but you know what though? And we kind of talked about this, and we're going to talk about what he has going on, man. But we talked about this live instrumentation. I feel like that touches the soul so much more. It hits different.
Yeah.
When you speak of names like that, that's one of the greats right there.
Amen.
So, so now you got into the songwriting and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Then from there, where did you go into? Did you start just building your network and just building and just seeing how everything went?
Oh man, I wish. I ended up. I came across a deal. I had a manager at the time, and I had an opportunity to do a deal with a local record label out in South Florida.
Okay.
I ain't gonna say their name, but long story short, I ended up having a sexual harassment situation with my manager.
Okay.
And it really made me question if music was something I was really talented or, something I could do,
Right.
or if it was something like just because I look a certain way or whatever the case is.
That.
So, I dropped it. I joined the military and I got up out of there, and I was gone for about 11 years. It wasn't until after I got out of the military where I was called back to music.
Hey, man. And then thank you for serving our country, man. She gets the horns for that. She gets the horns.
Hey!
Yeah. So now in the military, what did you learn? Because I know there's so many traits that you learned. How was that?
In the military, I learned a lot about me as a person. Okay. I definitely learned how much weight my opinion and my leadership has.
Yeah.
People naturally just rely on me. They for real. They care about what I think.
Yeah.
And so that ended up translating once I got out of the military.
Okay.
I went about and, earned my credentials as a social worker, a therapist as well. So I have a very intimate understanding and relationship with pain.
Okay.
And my gift is that I can help people turn pain into power.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So when it comes to, understanding people and being able to relate to them, once I got out the military, that's exactly what happened. That's how I got called back to music, giving advice and feedback about, what music people are bringing to me and stuff like that. I mean, people were really blown away with the type of feedback that I would give them.
Yeah, I think too is that a lot of times, like, it's hard to find people who are genuine. So when you find somebody who is like, hey, yo, man, this is what it is, or this is what you can do better, or whatever, and there's no cost, there's nothing else to it, that's hard to find.
I agree, especially in the music business, which, I mean, you hear about that and all the stigmatizations, but it's real. Yeah,
it definitely is real. There's a form of gatekeeping. There's a form of people trying to downplay you or overshadow you. Even in the DJ world, people will slight you. Like, okay, for instance, I had a DJ one time. I was DJing at a club. Now, I was only charging maybe $175 the night. So he'll come in there and he'll say, well, I can do it cheaper. I can do it $125 a night. Now, I don't knock the business owner for going, hey, yo, man, you going with the cheapest route. I'm not knocking the business owner. I'm knocking the DJ because there's a certain, I guess, criteria, or there's a certain code that you should go by. You know what I'm saying? So I do agree with you on a lot of things. So now you got in. Now after you got out of that, so when did you find yourself? How did you wrap yourself back into music?
So I ended up wrapping myself back to music when I had a PTSD episode.
Okay.
Like I said, coming from a traumatic childhood, music has always been my escape.
Yeah.
And so, and plus music was just completely different. I was in the Navy for 11 years, and just completely out of the music business. I was strictly a consumer.
Yeah.
And so when I got called back to music, actually before then, I had a PTSD episode where I was really struggling to ground myself and really just understand, who I am, what I've been through, and stuff that I had ignored for a very long time. Being a woman in the military is not easy.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
So, I ended up looking for the medicine in the music, you know? And, I was starting to find that a lot of the stuff that was being put out was more so Band-Aids, where people are talking about what they're going through and they're helping the listener get comfortable with it, but not so much how to overcome things or to give perspective. And that's how I found the independent music community, which has a lot more freedom, I would say, in, what's okay to talk about and what isn't, or what isn't, my bad. So I found the independent music community, and I was finding medicine there. I was finding people that were going through the stuff that I was going through. I was finding people that, had a relationship with depression and anxiety like I was, and just those fresh new perspectives was very helpful. And once I started working, I started working with people that I was actually fans of in the independent music community. That's how it started, where I would hear some songs or whatever the case is, and I would share whatever resonated with me or whatever I think people, would benefit from. And, just showing love. And, people would ask me, like, thank you so much for sharing my music. Like, what did you enjoy most about the song? Or they would ask me for feedback, and I would tell them straight up what it was. And it really just made them feel good about what they were doing, right? And it just went from there.
I think too is that we're missing tastemakers or with the focus groups. I think we miss out on those because those really you get the perspective from the common person, not from a person that this is a high end executive and he's only looking for this particular one. I think with the focus groups they helped so much because it comes from the common folk.
I would agree. I think that it's a priceless resource to have focus groups just attached to whatever it is that you're doing. You want to be able to talk to people that are being moved by your music, the people, again, that are digesting or consuming what it is that you're putting out.
It definitely is. So I learned that you went to school and everything. And now tell the people what your degree and everything.
Okay, so I am a Trojan, all right?
Hey,
yes.
For that.
Let's go. Fight on. So I actually earned my master's in social work at the University of Southern California. And since then, I have earned my credentials as a licensed clinical social worker for the state of Texas. So I am a brown-skinned therapist. Okay. Yeah, and I really do specialize in helping entrepreneurs, helping people get out of their way, and understand what they're up against, getting people's, mental stamina together for whatever it is that, they're being called to do.
Okay. That's what's up, man. Now, when you went in that calling, what kind of feeling do you get from helping people?
I really love and enjoy guiding people. I like seriously. I think I did an interview with the Hype magazine last year, and they asked me what was the most rewarding part about working with artists. It's the same thing with my clients, like being able to help them in a way where they can take all the credit for it. I
like that, man. I think too is that, like you said, you're genuine. Even just from my first conversation, it was just genuine. It flowed, and when you have somebody like that, that's a beautiful thing, man.
Thank you so much.
So now you got these this situation coming up, man.
Yes, sir. It's a major, heavy situation. So, amen.
I'm gonna show the people, man. So artists, I think you really need to tap in, and not just artists, but people in general. I think you guys really need to tap into this, man. The track meet. Now, let's go ahead and talk about this and how this all came about. So.
Okay, absolutely. So, in my experience as an executive producer, I was really finding myself working with amazing creatives that, to me, have the talent and have the dedication, but are lacking the resources and the knowledge, right? So kind of like what we were talking about yesterday, the independent music community is a sport. Right. And I mean, it's so interesting how it really has turned into a sport that we don't have coaches for. We don't have plays, and stuff like that. So there's no structure, in a lot of ways. And so seeing like commonly where I am, encountering artists, I'm encountering managers and labels that, have the people but just don't have the means, or, they have the means, but they don't know how to articulate that in a professional way to where they'll be taken seriously.
And then I think, we talked about this before, but a lot of, even with the managers, they just don't understand the lingo or the proper channels on how to go about that. So, and I feel like that's a dangerous fact as a manager, because if you're managing an artist, that's the first thing that we're going to see is the manager, most likely.
Yeah.
So it's like it's very crucial that you know how to talk.
Yeah.
For your artist, because if not, then both of you are going to get shut down.
Most definitely. And I could attest to that because I will say that happened to me a couple times as a young new manager on the scene, just believing in my artist more than anybody else, being able to articulate what makes them special, what it is that we're working on, sending emails out to, for press releases and stuff, sending emails out to people that get 80,000 emails a day from independent artists wanting them to, check out their music. Yeah. Like even like the subject line, like how do we stand out? All of those things were things that I had to learn the hard way. Yeah.
I mean, you live and you learn and stuff, man. And then once you get to a certain point, it's like, okay, I got it now. Mm-hmm. But now we're at a point to where I think it's all fair game. Mm-hmm. Like anybody just feels like they could do whatever, say whatever, and it's supposed to happen that way.
Right.
And it's not. There still has to be a protocol to this whole situation, which I do like. With the track meet, I do like the situation that it kind of brings all that together.
Yeah.
And so what are you hoping for the track meet situation? What are you hoping to?
Okay. Well, so first and foremost, the nonprofit organization that I just founded is called Track Society.
Okay.
Okay. And Track Society is a nonprofit organization. Okay. And we specialize in making sure that we're strengthening the artistic and professional development of the independent music community, whether it be an artist, manager, label, engineer, what have you, right? Okay. So that is our mission. Like we want professional development, artistic development resources to be readily available for the independent music community. So that's a part of their workflow regularly.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're using our community partnerships to do that.
Okay.
So that is how the Track Meet event actually started. It's our annual event. Okay. And this one this year is invite only, just because this is basically our beta class. Okay. Right? So, as a social worker, as a licensed clinical social worker anyway, I'm really big on research, really big on mental health and, social injustices, all of those cool things. And, when it comes to nonprofit, you are basically at the mercy of donors and sponsorships. You know what I mean? So as far as fundraising and things like that, a lot of people want to see the need. A lot of people want to see the demand, right? Even though to us it's common knowledge, like we in the game. We see what's happening in the independent music community. Yeah. But for people that aren't so close, they need the numbers. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And so that's what we're doing with Track Meet this year. Okay. We're inviting people that basically have already been working with us, people who we already know, what their needs are in the independent music community, what barriers they're facing or whatever challenges. Yeah. And we're using this as a way. And they are supporting us. They're coming out and being a part of this by allowing us to do surveys and really, answer those important questions. And that's how the Track Meet started out. I sent out a needs assessment to my symphony music group clientele. Okay. And they answered questions about what it is that they feel most proficient in, what it is that they would like to be more proficient in, what barriers they're facing, things that they could use support on, all of those things. And so I went to Avant Media Institute. Shout out to them, my school.
Hey. Go school, by the way. Go school.
Hey, man, thank you so much. And so, they're giving us their campus for 2 whole days this summer. They're also providing that some of their teachers, their educators are coming in on the weekend to literally do interactive courses with our guests about beat making, advanced songwriting and arrangement. We're getting into financial literacy and how to make the independent music dollar work. Yeah. We're getting into, production. And man, since Chicago 77.3 is going to be there, we're getting into radio etiquette.
Yes, definitely radio etiquette, man. Because and I like it because everything ties in with each other. And I do think we need more workshops like this. We definitely need things where, the meaning of the minds. And, you have to listen to somebody. Mm-hmm. And why not listen to somebody that's done it. We've been through the mud. We've been through this, man. So it's very crucial that people take heed to this, man, because this is, I feel like, a once in a lifetime opportunity.
I'd agree. It's definitely something that we're doing to make sure that we give opportunity to the people that's ready for it, right? We're not going to be able to fix everybody's problems, right? Yeah. But when it comes to, the independent music community and the art, like, we can meet them halfway. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so that's what we're doing. We have the Hype magazine is our official media partner for TrackMeet. Okay. And the editor-in-chief, Dr. Jerry Doby, he's flying in to sit down and give some one-on-one training with some of our participants about like music interviews or music business interviews and how to prepare yourself for that. He's training them about how to do stuff just like this.
Hey, man. It's beautiful, man. A lot of people do need media training. Like, you don't know how to talk, man. Like, please shut your mouth. Like don't get me wrong. I like. You know what surprised me about Sexy Red? And I know this is random. That when she is not trying to be ratchet, I can really understand her.
Okay.
And it's just there's some people I just feel like they do need some form of media training, like, and then some people just need to tell you, "Hey, yo, man, don't say that." Don't. Like, nobody cares about that. Straight up, man. So, I definitely like what you're doing, what you guys are putting together, and everything, man. Where do you hope this to grow?
Man, I hope that Track Society becomes a household name. Seriously, we are gaining support rapidly. Like right now, San Diego, California is showing a lot of love. One of our board members, our director of community outreach, Hookmaster Jazz, he's out there. Arizona, Kansas City, Atlanta. Wow. Definitely, like I said, Broward County. I mean, Florida. Florida's, they flying in this summer to come to Houston just to, take advantage of this opportunity and support what we're doing. So, ideally, we want Track Society to have presence in whatever communities where music is making the most noise.
Yeah. Who are you listening to right now?
Man, okay. So I don't want to put too much about the independent side because I don't want people thinking I'm playing favorites. But from my own personal journey, I'm listening to a whole lot of Rick Ross. Okay. Kevin Gates. Okay. I'm listening to a lot of Nicki Minaj. Okay. Jeezy. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Drake and J. Cole, too.
Okay. I miss Cole. That's my guy.
Oh, man.
That's my guy.
Yeah.
Another person I've really been into, Rhapsody.
Oh, yeah. You know what? That is somebody I keep sleeping on, and I just have not made my way to check her out.
You need to check her out.
Her reputation precedes itself, though, I tell you that. Yeah. I hear nothing but great things.
Yeah. And she tells a story. Mm-hmm. I did like Logic for a while. I really did. It's just, I just felt like at one point, whatever he was going through, I think it kind of just went down for me. Not saying that it was trash. It just wasn't what I loved about him.
Have you heard his new album?
No, I haven't.
Bro, he got Wu-Tang on there.
I didn't even know that.
Oh, my God, it's fire.
Okay.
Yeah, I love Logic. I think that he is, what makes him one of my favorite artists is if I could put him in the category of like a body of work. Okay. Because I think that when it comes to, especially mainstream artists, some artists will give us a whole album of a whole bunch of singles and stuff don't really make sense. But I think Logic puts a lot of intention from start to finish. He does projects. Yeah. And I love that.
Yeah. My favorite project ever, Get Rich or Die Trying.
Really?
Yes, that was and I don't know why. Maybe just because of what I was going through. Because I was living in Chicago. And just whatever I was going through. But I felt like from top to bottom, it told you the story. Mm-hmm. And just from there, I just thought it was really dope. Nas, Matic. That's always going to be a classic. Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
I like right now. What's that guy's name? Oh man, he had that song with Eminem. Lucky or whatever it's called. I gotta look him up, man. But he can spit though.
Okay.
I gotta look him up though. From here, big extra plug.
Oh, come on!
I
love his sound.
Yeah, I think he. I even think he's gonna be the next one to go out of here. I think that.
All right, yeah, we're gonna speak life into that.
Yeah. Even Propane though. Propane go crazy.
Propane's fire.
Yeah, I like Propane. In Chicago, ooh man, I like Bibby.
I'm not familiar with Bibby.
I'm
sleep.
Yeah, Lil Bibby cool. I like Dirk, just to turn up and everything, and he's cool. Who's that? Drizzy.
Drizzy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tink,
okay.
Yeah. If you ever get into Tink, yes, he can go.
Yes. Okay, we talking about R&B Tink.
I think she, yes. He does R&B and rap.
Oh, she rap too? Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
The one that was, she was supposed to sign with Timberland, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, she go hard.
Yeah. Yeah, so, what do you think about the state of music right now?
Man, I think that it's time for the independent music community to take more responsibility for its contribution. Yeah. I really do. No disrespect to country music, or whatever other genres, but, I would be lying if I say I wasn't worried about, hip hop and things being watered down now that, digital music business anyway, like it's so saturated now.
Yeah.
So whatever we're putting out there is contributing to the overall numbers. So now, country has already surpassed us, and that's like the next wave right now. And, as a hip hop and R&B, that's my heart, it's concerning. Yeah. It's concerning. So founding, Track Society and putting my heart and energy into this track meet and serving the independent music community has a lot to do with that. Just that right there. Yeah. Me being concerned about where hip hop is going.
Okay. I do like that. I do like that, man. When starting all this, what was some trials and tribulations you had to go through just to even start this journey?
I had to, first of all, I'm an entrepreneur, and although I worked in the military for all of that time and, I was a team player, I was always in the position of leadership. Yeah. Right. And so what does that mean? That means that I have to be prepared to pretty much do everything by myself if people don't show up. Yeah. So that was probably one of the hardest things, was for me to be able to really rely on my team. Yeah. And I think we see that a lot in the independent music community when you have an art or your idea and then you bringing other people into it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's hard to trust, right?
Yeah, it definitely is.
Absolutely. I receive my directors from God, so it's like when I'm bringing something to the board and they're like, I don't know. Figuring out how to move in those situations, right? When I think I know exactly what we need to do. Yeah. And the board has a better idea or a better way for us to go about it. So definitely working with a team is definitely one of the biggest barriers. Also, let's see. I would say just building relationships, remotely. Remotely, right?
Yeah. That's hard.
It's very hard when you can't, see and talk to people face to face. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you're doing this from email, you're doing this from social media and stuff like that. Yeah. And it's like you have to put yourself in a position to where people can go read about you or figure out who you know and, people can attest to your character. Yeah. So building relationships from behind a desk.
Yeah, that's hard.
It's hard.
Yeah, man. Because it's your name holds credibility. Mm-hmm. So it's like if we're just doing this remotely, I can't prove my credibility so much because you don't know. Exactly. I'm still behind the screen.
Exactly.
You spoke on something about building a team and everything else like that. Do you ever feel like, because you're the overall boss, so do you ever feel like, hey, yo, man, like this is not a democracy, it's more of a dictatorship. Like, hey, yo, I want to do this. This is how we're going to do this. Or is it more of, hey, yo, like, what do you guys feel about this?
Definitely more of what they feel.
Yeah.
I'm blessed to have such strong members on my support team and my team, period. My board of directors for Track Society, like I said, Dr. Jerry Doby from the Hype magazine is our director of communications and media relations.
Wow.
So, I'm consulting and working with people that, they my daddy age. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it has to be respectful, and I'm grateful for that too, because it does, keep me humble and it keeps me intentional on how I'm bringing stuff to the board. I know the things that Dr. Jerry Doby would be concerned about. So those are things that I need to already have checked before I bring my ideas to our meetings and things like that, right? Yeah. And the same thing with jazz. Even Maestro, you met Maestro yesterday. Yeah. He's the director of education. Same, he's cool and everything, but he's also older than me, so he will get a certain amount of respect.
Yeah. I like that though. Mm-hmm. I do. I'm kind of I am the same way here. Even though I'm the overall head. Mm-hmm. I don't ever try to treat it, especially when we're grown. I'm not going to try to son you. I'm not on that. Yeah. And sometimes they even, my DJs even give me ideas. You know what I'm saying? Because when you have different perspectives, it makes it so much more broader, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, big shouts to DJ Trendsetter, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, my guy.
Yeah, he's, he's the one that even, put this all together, you know what I'm saying? So, for something like that, it's very, good to have quality people on your side.
Absolutely. So, quality, experienced, seasoned people, which is a blessing.
Yes, man. So let me ask you this. Now, you have an ear. I know you have an ear. So when you're listening to, people on the songs and everything, what are you looking for, independent-wise?
Independent-wise? Well, first and foremost, I'm looking for perspective.
Okay.
Right? It is so important to me that I hear that the artist has a mind of their own and that they're not just doing what they think everybody wants to hear. Okay. Right? So that's number one. I struggle with working with people who do not know their purpose, do not know why they create music and who they making music for. Yeah. Okay. So that's one thing I'm definitely listening to. I'm also listening to the songwriting and arrangement. Like I said, I'm a poet, so I love, metaphors and, how people use colloquialisms and, just use the English language creatively. Yeah. So I love looking for that. That's awesome. Production is important as well. Production is important. So I'm listening for signatures or, you know what I mean? Just really like the professionalism of the producer. You know what I'm saying? And how they take sounds and create a vibe. And then I'm also paying attention to the overall feel of the song and the message, right? Like, for instance, you gotta, if you have a song where, you're using a lot of major chords, but we're talking about something sad, there's a conflict there. So, so how are we using the words? How are we using the verse? How are we using the hook and bridge to make it make sense, right?
I get that.
Overall professionalism and just artistic creativity is what I'm looking for. I look for a delicious experience.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. I think, too, is like, when does it become... and I tell people this. There's a difference when you're doing something on the song or on the beat or whatever, or you're doing it because of art. But then there's another thing where this is not art. It's just not good. Just period. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, not sorry. Just it's not good. So like, how do you defer that? One, because we know, hey yo man, nah. That ain't going. But then how do you tell somebody, okay, this is art, and it may just not be my taste? Yeah. How can you defer that?
Well, first and foremost, I do believe all music is art, right? It's just a matter of what's palatable, what's digestible, right? Yeah. So if you're sounding underdeveloped, then it's like, okay, bro, you're not ready. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Like, okay, this may be something, that you might want to play at the crib. Yeah. But maybe not on the radio. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we want to sound like we know what we're doing. And then we're not just putting something together. We want to sound like we are, putting effort into what we're doing and we're not just throwing something out there. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think, too, is that artists, you need to start going to your homeboys' houses Now, if he has a bomb studio, hey, more power to you. But he has to have the plugins and the right equipment. You can't have like the old school 08 Mac.
Come on.
And like maybe one of the first gen Blue Magic mics or whatever. And he's working on like Audacity.
Ooh, why I start off on Audacity?
Hey, we all did. I'm not knocking.
You did too. Yeah, but we ain't staying there.
Yeah,
we ain't staying there, bro.
If I'm being lazy, I'm going on Logic. If I want to do something quick, I'm going on Studio One. If I'm doing something professional, I'm going to Pro Tools.
Amen.
So
that's it right there.
Yeah. So I think too is that go to a professional studio.
Yeah.
Go and get with people that know what they're doing, that understand about, hey, yo, man, tweak this, do this, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Take pride into yourself.
Come on.
Because if you don't take pride into yourself, how the hell anybody else is going to take pride into you?
That's right.
So,
that's right.
I respect everything that you're doing, man.
Thank you so much.
Man. This has been a pleasure talking to you, man.
Likewise.
We could be talking for hours. So what else you got? What else you got planned, man? What else is coming up for you guys?
Yeah. So honestly, we really are pushing the Track Meet 2024 event. That is Track Society's mission right now. Okay. We are looking to build community sponsorships. Shout out to all of our donors and sponsors. Like it's been such a wonderful experience because with nonprofit and fundraising, a lot of the times it's about raising money.
Yeah.
But we are making so many amazing things happen just because people are literally like you, DJ Malone. Yeah. You're using the kindness of your heart to show up. You pulling up and you're going to be given training. You know what I'm saying? And that is your contribution. That's your sponsorship, and that's what's going on. That's what's going on. So we're really looking to, again, strengthen our position in the community, starting here in Houston.
Hey, that's what it is, man. That's what it is. Now, I know we talked a little bit about this. What's your favorite food in Houston? Let's say that. Your favorite restaurant. What's your favorite restaurant in Houston?
Okay, so I'm going to say it's Tailana.
Okay.
Tailana is over in the Heights.
Okay.
By that Whataburger off of, 18th and... Oh, goodness, I'm so sorry. I do not remember. But I feel like they have the best Thai food in the city.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure. Like, when I fly in, that's the first place. I literally make sure that I'm touching down in time to catch them for lunch because they stop serving at 2.
Wow.
They shut down to cook dinner and then they'll reopen later in the evening.
That's crazy.
It's that serious.
Wow. You're in Chicago. Mm-hmm. What's your favorite place in Chicago?
Ooh. Let's see. Favorite food place in Chicago. There is an Italian spot. And it starts with a Q. I do not know if I pronounce it correctly, but they have the best pizza.
Okay.
And chicken parmesan. And their wine selection is out of this world, too.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to have to get you the name of it because I'd rather spell it than try to say it out loud and be wrong.
That's fine. Giordano's is good, too.
Okay.
Giordano's, Uno's pizza is really good. Now, if you want to go out on the south side, Vegas is okay. Mm-hmm. So, it's a couple of good people. I was going to say,
you have to put me on. Because, I literally just moved out there less than a year ago. So I'm still in the exploration phase.
So are you more like Southwest, like Southwest?
I live on the Wisconsin side of the border.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The cost of living in Illinois, honey.
You ain't rocking with it?
No. So we on the other side of the border, and we just drive in.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that. So trust me. Hey yo, Chicago, y'all got me effed up on a lot of things.
Oh my goodness.
But when I moved here though. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like a major culture shock, but it was like things, like little things that they would say. Like, I'm so used to saying pop.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Like one of them.
So like when I come here, it's like, hey yo man, like where's the pop at? They're like, pop. It's soda water. What?
Ew.
What is soda water? That sounds
soda
disgusting.
water. I wonder what putting the water at there. I will say this: when it comes to pop or soda, I learned that in Texas, everything is a Coke.
Yeah.
So I'll never forget when I was in the military. I served under this chief who was from Dallas.
Okay.
And he sent me to go get him a Coke, and I literally went to the vending machine, got cuz a Coke, brought it back.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Have you ever seen me drink this in your life?" And I'm like, "No, but you asked for a Coke." Yeah, obviously I wanted a Sprite. And I'm like, "Well, why are you in Sprite?"
Yeah. No, that's their thing. Yeah, go give me a Coke or something. The whole time they want you to get a Dr. Pepper.
Which is not a Coke.
Yeah. Has nothing to do with that.
Nothing.
So, but, I think for here, me coming here has helped me grow tremendously. The things that I've been able to do. And I'm not knocking my city. I love Chicago. I love it to death. I just felt like it was a cap. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't go any further than what it was. And I wasn't going to go backwards.
Yeah.
So, thus...
I was going to say, I think like that is like a hometown curse or something like that.
Yeah.
Because, even in Houston, if I'm being honest, I lived here for 5-6 years.
Yeah.
And, I came here from California.
Okay.
I was living in San Diego.
Okay.
And so when I moved out here, the name of the restaurant is Quarantino. In Chicago.
Okay.
That's the restaurant I was talking about. Thank you, baby. My husband just let me know.
Hey, appreciate it, man. Appreciate you.
Like, it's the same thing. Like, I learned, like, when I came out here as an entrepreneur, one of the first things somebody told me was like, listen, you want to tell people when you're networking that you are not from Houston.
Yeah.
If you tell them you're not from here, they'll go above and beyond for you.
Yeah.
But if you say you from here and you haven't accomplished something already, ain't nobody going to help you.
That's
and
crazy.
I was like, exactly, that's wild.
That's wild.
And sure enough, I have been seeing it happen that way.
But you know what, though? I can attest to that because I'm more beneficial here being the guy that's from Chicago versus to me being in Chicago being just another guy from Chicago. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy like that, man, because it's like your city won't put you on until another city puts you on.
Yeah.
And it's crazy like that, man. So I think it's cool to see, man. It's cool to see the evolution of things. Mm-hmm. But Houston's become a city now.
Most definitely.
Like, everybody wants to be here. Like, everybody wants to... we got Drake here.
Yeah. 50 Cent just moved out here. Come on.
So everybody wants to be here for whatever reason. Because I came here, but nobody cares. But it's all good, though, man. Now, last and foremost, what are 2 things you're grateful for?
Okay. I am grateful for my support system. Seriously.
Wonderful.
Absolutely. And then I'm also grateful for the resources that I have. Just as a military veteran, seriously, like understanding that if I don't know how to do something, I can go to school and not have to pay for it. And that's not something that a lot of people can do.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Again, back to Track Society, right? Realizing and recognizing that. Free healthcare. I can go to the VA.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
amazing.
If I'm sick or whatever the case is, I don't have to pay for medications and stuff like that. So I'm absolutely grateful for my resources as well.
That's amazing, man. Mm-hmm. Man, track meet people. The date is
June 28th and the 29th.
Make sure you guys if somebody wants to sign up or wants to come and check it out, is it available for just anybody, or how can they go about doing it?
So the best thing for them to do is to really contact us, or donate online, or reach out to us if they feel like they have a cool way that they want to contribute.
Yeah.
We're looking for social workers, especially as volunteers. We need volunteers. Okay. And then we're also in need of like swag bag items. So if anybody's in the area and they want to promote their business and they got something that's relevant to the music industry and they want to contribute that way, we're happy to do that. We're looking for graphic designers to help us with these T-shirts, honey. Man. You know what I mean? So there's all kinds of stuff that we can use help with. But as far as participating in the track meet, I would say just request an application online and we can get you on the waiting list. Because we have a waiting list for the TrackMeet 2025 already.
Oh, wow.
So we already have people that are interested that, weren't necessarily invited personally this year, but will be considered next year.
Okay.
So that's completely fine.
Okay.
And then for some of those, if we have anybody that drop out, we'll reach out to them first, to see if, if they'll take one of the seats.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I think too, this is a great way for data.
Amen.
It's gonna show you this is where we need to go.
Yeah.
And sometimes you like as a business, you have to know where we at, where we stand. You got to know the numbers.
Period.
So you're so smart, man.
Thank you.
You're so smart. Give it to Facebook, MySpace, Black Planet, everything where they can find you.
Let's go. All right. So y'all can follow us on Instagram at Track Society 501c3. Okay. Our website is also up and live. Okay. So you can check us out at www.tracksociety.org. Okay. We're also on Facebook right now as well. Okay. And for anybody that's interested in donating, we are GuideStar verified. Okay. So that means that your gifts will be used with integrity and they will be converted to meaningful music dollars as well.
Yes.
Come on.
Hey, man. Hey, artists and people in the music biz, man. We always complain about people. Well, when there ain't nobody helping the independents, ain't nobody worried about us. Here we are right now.
That's right.
So you might want to get in tune with it because things like this don't happen, and it's not. It's not a big time charge.
Right.
It's just, hey, yo, man, come and donate. Donate your time.
Just time. Seriously, time, effort. And anybody, seriously, that has a spiritual obligation to how music is being produced today, written today, presented today, this is for you. Yeah. This is for you. Because we're not finna sit here and just let hip-hop die. Yeah. But we also not going to sit here and just complain about it either. Yeah. So this is for whoever trying to be about it. Yeah.
I want to see people be about it, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I definitely do. I really do appreciate you, man. I really this has been a pleasure, man.
Likewise. Thank you so much.
Hey, man. Chicago 77.3, man. We're gonna ride out. You're gonna look into the mic, into this camera right here. Okay. You're gonna say your name, and I'm rocking with Chicago 77.3.
Okay. What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Baya Beat Messenger, and I'm rocking with Chicago 77.3.
Hey, man. It is what it is.
It is. It's up.
Hey, as the kids say, we lit.
We lit.
Chicago 77.3, man. We out. Wow.
We lit live. This is WBBC Chicago. Yeah. 77.3. Your hottest digital station.
Now in digital HD sound.